Hello, hello. Hello, Melanie. Yeah, I'm trying to make this work. It's a little bit iffy tonight, but at least I'm here. Hi, Meg. So I'm trying to get all my ducks in a row here. I have brought most of my stuff with me, but I don't have my tech here to help me set it up, so I'm a little bit disheveled tonight. Hopefully I'll be better tomorrow night. Is it light enough on the screen for you guys? Because it's hard for me to tell. It's hard for me to tell if I'm trying to get the light out of the frame, because I don't want you guys to have to look at the light, but hopefully if it's bright enough, maybe I can move this up, there we go, off the screen, and that'll be better. Hi, Michelle. So it's been a whirlwind for me over the past couple of days, so I'm going to show you guys my cards from the new release because I didn't have a chance to show them to you sooner. So I know you guys have seen them from everyone else, and then we're going to color. I mean, we are going to color tonight. So this is the fairy tale that was part of the new release. Hi, Debbie. And we are not going to color her tonight. Because I want to do the veggie dudes, unless you guys want to do the doctor. That's kind of, I'll let you make that. Yes, I'm on, but here's the card that I made. I'm on, but it feels a little weird to be somewhere else. Hi, Tammy. This is actually hello from Arizona. I'm at my son's house. It's pretty quiet here right now, but when the people bring our dinner, when they deliver our dinner, the dogs might bark. So I apologize for that, but that might happen. So I made the background with oxides and water. So, and then I used our dots right here. I did make it safe, but I'll tell you, it was a little sketchy there for a little while. I had some unfortunate incidents on my way, but I won't go into all that because it's not fun to talk about. But I am here, I am safe, and we are all happy about that. So this is Fairy Tale. I did not bring my dies with me just because it's heavier, and I didn't want to bring a whole bunch of heavy stuff with me. So the next one I have is the one that I thought that we would color tonight. So it's called Let's Ketchup. Thank you, Tammy. I love these little stinkers. So I think I'm gonna color some of them tonight because I just think they're so darn cute and they're so much fun. So I'm gonna show you, this is the first card that I made. So this is with the little onion girl. I drew her as an onion girl, but she can be many of things. She doesn't have to just be a little onion girl. So we have some flexibility with her, which is awesome. Hi, Lauren. And I don't know what I did with my, well, I'll find it later, I'm sure. Oh, here it is. I've also been making takes for the Mega Make and Take, and so I've been working my butt off. But anyway, this is Doodlebug paper in the background. I thought it would be super cute. And I also stamped that happy birthday from last month's release on the paper that had spoons and forks and knives on it because I thought that would be super cute. Anyway, I colored her like an onion, and then I rounded the corners on this card, which I don't do a lot, but I really like it. So I'm super glad I did it. So that was the little onion girl. And then we have the little beet up in the corner. He's so funny. I drew him as a radish, but he can be a beet or a radish. Yes, my son as well. All is good here. This is the card that I made with the little radish. He's so stinking funny. Anyway, I put an oxide background on the back underneath it, and then I put this this grid over top. And then these are from Doodlebug, these little ants. I just thought they were so cute. So I added them to the card, and it says, "I'm rooting for you." I don't think I did anything on the inside of that one, but isn't that so cute? Look at him. He's so stinking cute. He's super fun to color. We may do a couple of these tonight. And the third one I have, because I like to do something with all the stamps in the release, was this one. And I just thought he was so funny. And I put him so he wobbles. I made him wobble because, you know, if he was going to throw tomatoes at people, he needs to be moving. So he's in movement there. So anyway, I chose that background, and look at how that blue really shines in this camera view I have going on right now. He's super fun. I think we'll probably color him tonight because I'm dying to color him. So that's the Let's Ketchup. And then we have the arm and a leg. Stick around if you've already seen these, because I'm going to get to some stuff that you haven't seen yet. Some creations that you haven't seen yet. And so here, this one is the one that said, "You'd think as much as doctors charge, they'd at least warm up the instruments." So I colored her and stuck her on this little card with some little grayish green dots, which I thought was super fun. And so I used all the things in this set. So this one, I just used her. And then this one, I put the ambulance on the road. And it says, "Sending you a big hug. And when you begin to feel better, don't open the bill." So I did the little hug, and I put a border around it. And then I did the little ambulance because I really like it. So I did those two on this one. And I put hearts and envelopes in the back. I thought it would be really super cute that way. So, and then this one, I put several of the stamps on this one as well. So this one is the Get Well Soon, which I cut out the heart like I fussy cut it. And then here's the cute little boy, and I gave him super cute, the little red in his thermometer. He has a bad fever. So I added the pill bottle and the pills, and I colored them blue and yellow. And then these are the dots from the shop. So this is super cute. I really like how this one came out. I thought it was super fun. And then the last image from this particular stamp set, I have this girl. And it says, "Sorry you're broken. Hope you heal quickly." So this is a background we made on a live that I did where we were using the alcohol inks. And then I put these little band-aids on here with happy faces from Doodlebug, because I thought they'd be super cute on there. And I think I even put a band-aid on the inside. It's just, I had an extra band-aid and I didn't want to waste it, so I stuck it on the inside. So anyway, that's that stamp set. And then, of course, we had the Resolute Rose, which I do not have. I didn't bring the colored images I did for this one with me, so I can't show that. But I know you guys have seen several people color it live already and put it together. So I'm just going to let you guys roll with that, and we'll get around to this later. And then we have one more thing, which is the stencil. So this is the stencil. I hate to leave it on this white because it's hard. Well, it's not that hard to see. You guys can see it. So this stencil, and you can tell mine's already been used quite a bit. I have been playing around with these. So I wanted to show you what I created. So you know those lives that we had a couple weeks ago, or maybe last week, or the week before, I can't remember anyway. It's all jumbled in my head. So anyway, I was doing stencils and making backgrounds out of it. So I wanted to show you a couple that I've done. I haven't completed cards with them yet, but I went in with the multi-liner, which is the little multi-liner, and I drew in just these circles all the way around, these hearts, these little teardrops, and these, and the triangles, and that's all I drew. And I colored them in with Copic markers, so they're on sweet sentiment paper and colored in, so it's not the whole thing. But I also wanted to show you how different, if you just choose different pieces from the design, you get a different image. So with this one, I just kind of set it on there going straight up and down, and only traced in part of it. And then this one, I turned it like this, and I drew in these pieces so that it, and look at how different they look. Yeah, this, I like this one too. I think the colors really make this pop. But you could do even more. It just depends on what you wanted to do with them. So I wanted to show you guys that I haven't done anything with them, but I wanted you to see that I have already worked with this stencil some. I have another one in progress, but it's too far away. I can't reach it right now. So anyway, so this stencil is a lot of fun. It almost makes me think of jewels. I don't know why, but it does. So these little pieces kind of look like rockets. These look like jewels, you know. So anyway, this will give you some ideas already. I'm loving the new stencil too, and I really like this one. But anyway, it was super easy and super fun to do. So I have those. Sounds like dinner's here. And then, so that's the new release. Real quick, one more time. That's the stencil. That's the fairy with that card that I made. And then I didn't organize these as well as I would have liked to do it. This one is, hi, I need to color before I can eat. This one is an arm and a leg. And we have this card and this card. And this card, and this card. And then for the Resolute Rose, we don't have any cards for that one right now, but for this one, Let's Catch Up, we have this card and this tomato card, and he wiggles. And then we had one more card. Where is it? There it is. And we have that one. So those are all the creations that I did. I hope you guys hopped in on the sale that we had over the weekend on the new release. Don't forget, we still have the retreat up for, you can still get in on that. And now let's go ahead and do a little coloring. Okay, so I've moved all of that aside. Yay! I'm really hogging their kitchen table, I'm not gonna lie. I got all my crafty stuff on here. So I brought my Misty, yay! And I brought my sweet sentiment paper. So I am gonna have to stamp this out because I don't have it already ready. And I'll tell you guys, hi Rinska, I'll tell you guys that I didn't realize until the last minute that it's actually 8:30 here, not 9:30. So I'm used to doing it at 9:30, but I didn't realize that I'm in earlier time zone right now, so I had to jump on earlier. I really want to do Let's Ketchup. So let's put the little, let's do the tomato. You think we could do them all? We could do them all. They're so small, we could do them all. Should we do them all?
You should do them all.
We should do them all?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do them all. Kyle says we should do them all. He's joining us as well. So I'm not alone without Dale. I have Kyle here with me. Although he's not necessarily a helper like like Dale is, but he will definitely entertain. Okay. So we've had lots of stuff going on here since I got here. So we've been running around and I've been making crafts and so much stuff. It's been fun already. I can't believe already half my time is gone. I think I'm gonna, oh, I had this over too far. I think I'm gonna stamp them one more time just to make sure it's dark enough. I don't know why I always drop this pad. I'm terrible at this pad. I need to rest too. I know. I really do. I don't. What is up with this? Oh, there we go. I was like, it's too close to the magnet. There we go. And this one's too close to the top. So it didn't work. There we go. Okay, we got it going on now. Look at us go. All right. So now we have 3 little guys here. They're pretty quick to color up, so I'll show you. I am going to clean them off because I'm not at my house, and I don't want to leave them laying around messed up. Okay, so now we have them all. I'm not going to take them off the thing, but I am going to clean it off. They're so cute, and they're so much fun, and they're so different than any other stamps that I saw on the market, which was my goal was to make them super cute. Ooh, my drink arrived. I am going to take a drink. Hang tight for 1 second, and then we'll get started. They actually had cherry Coke at the restaurant that we ordered from, so I get to have cherry Coke. Yay! And they're so cute. You like them? I'm so glad you guys like them. Sometimes it's when you venture out into a new, different design, you're never really sure how people are going to respond, but I think everybody's liked these, so I'm super excited about that. It makes me so happy. I keep losing all my pieces, and I don't even have that much room here. I'm at the kitchen table, so I'm not even at a... But I brought it all. Paper pads, I brought the pre-cut card bases, so we're gonna do it up. I know it's gonna get cold. We knew that when we ordered it, so I was like, I get it. I don't mind. I'll just heat it up. I got Mexican food, so it won't be too bad. Okay, so let's start with this little girl right here. So when I colored her, hi Kathy. When I colored her, I wanted to keep her looking more like an onion. So I tried to keep her color sort of white-ish. And I can't remember the name of the veggie that Jamie called it, but I think she said, I don't know. I'm not even going to lie. I don't know what she said, what she called it. But we're going to color it kind of like an onion today. And look at me. I brought my stuff with me, my holders, so I'll be able to do my colors. So I'm going to use C1 and C00 to do her face and arms and stuff. So she's going to look a little white, but I think tonight we're going to add in a little bit of Y00 in between these. So we're going to give her a little bit of a yellow color to her little skin. And then I want to do her top part there, her hairy part, YG67, YG63, and then I want to tone it down a little bit, so I'm going to use YG13, and then we're just going to kind of stick with those colors for her. I might add a little bit more later, but we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I want to use R11 for her little cheeks. And I need a little bit darker for inside her mouth because you guys know, so I'm going to use C3. You guys know, I'm going to zoom in. But you guys know from watching me that I like the inside of their mouth to always be darker than the color of them. So it looks like it's shadowed inside her mouth. So I'm going to use this C3 for that. And then I'm going to use the R11 for her cheeks, but I'm also going to use it for her tongue. So I'm just going to get those parts out of the way since we know we're going to use those. Now, let's get started on her skin. So I'm going to start off with C1. Oops. Let me put it in here so you guys can really see it. So I'm going to start with C1, and I'm going to put the C1 up here closest to where the little green area is. Just like that. So I'm going to start her off like that. I want to put a little bit of this darkest shade up under here because now she looks like she has a beard, but you guys know that's where the shadow would be. And then I'm going to go ahead and just do all of it at the same time because they are fairly small. These are so great for your planner, like for cooking dinner. You can put these cute little veggie people around. I think they would just be super, super cute. Okay, and we want to put a little bit of yellow in there. So I'm going to go ahead and use the yellow now, and then we'll tone it down with the C00. So we're making her just a little bit yellowish tonight. I did not do this when I made my cards, but I thought it would be, you know, just change it up a little bit. Oh, the dogs were pretty quiet when the food got delivered. But they're smelling at my feet. It looks a little more yellow on the screen than it does to me, but I'm going to do a little bit over her eyes too, because I think that would be really cute. And then C00, this is where we're going to tone down that yellow a little bit, because I'm going to go over all of it. Ooh, I look like I need a new nib on my marker. You see how it's bending? Look at that. That means I need a new nib on my marker. But unfortunately, I didn't bring those with me, so I can't really do anything about that right now. Okay, so we're coloring it in. We're kind of covering everything. And now while it's wet, I'm going to come back in with my R11, and I'm just going to put her some little cheeks on here because I just like her with little cheeks. And then I'm going to go and wash them out a little bit with this C00 so they're not quite as bright as they look like they were. I may have to step up to C0 because this is really, it's so cute. Oh my gosh. I'm going to step up to C0 just to do the cheeks so I can get them to kind of wash out a little bit. And then we'll come back in with the C00 in just a minute. We're going to go ahead and go and do these lower parts first. How is it?
It was really good.
It was really good?
Yeah.
Yay.
All your stuff's right here for you.
Okay, thank you. I'm cast into the TV so I can see comments and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going back one more time over this just to kind of keep it light. Just make it look all blended together. So now we have her with just a little bit of yellow, and wherever this is really bright, notice I'm going over it a couple of times because I don't want the yellow to really stand out. I just want it to be a little bit. Hi, Joseph. No, Kyle does not color. Nope, he's not a colorer. Not a colorer, but he is a video game player. Hi, Joseph. So good to see you here. My son plays video games, so he had me driving on his new wheel that you have for driving cars on his computer. I was driving cars crazy. I was driving crazy, but I'm not as good on video games. Yes, I'm excited that you're going to be there. I'm so glad. Hey, Rinska and Joseph and everybody who's here. So this is my YG67, and I'm going to put this in here, but I'm not going to put them all close together. I'm going to put little spaces in there because I want this to kind of look a little stringy. So I am going to go here, and then I definitely want to put a little bit up underneath the area where the top is. I'm going to turn this around so I can see it a little better and I'm not in the light, not blocking the light. Hi, Anna. And then I'm going to put a little bit up here. So that's all I'm going to do with the YG67 for now, but we're going to come back in and do her outfit in the green as well. We're going to stick with just these colors, just to show that you don't always have to have a million colors to color something. So we're using a 3-color combo, and we're going to make it in her outfit and her top. So I'm just going to drag it out from where I put that darkest color. I'm going to leave these tips for the lightest color, because I think that'll be cute that way. So I'm kind of going in and just kind of blending this out here at the top. It doesn't look too awful blended right now. We may have to pick a different color, but we'll see. We might get it good. There we go. So it's starting to come together now. I'm just going to touch it a few more times with my marker to kind of make it a little bit darker than what this original color is, because if you let it dry a little bit and go over it a second time, it will make it about a shade darker than the original color you put in there, and I think that will blend it much better. So I need to touch here too. I wonder where my mama is tonight. You guys know Linda's always watching, but she's not watching tonight. And then YG13, this one's going to brighten it up a bit, and I didn't swatch this, so I'm not 100% sure this is the best blending one, but we'll see. I just kind of randomly picked them. So here we go. This is the color I'm putting on the little tips. I want to keep them lighter than the rest. So there we go. That came out pretty good. So I'm going to touch this area right here a little bit, kind of wash that out just a little bit. I try to keep it pretty straight, but it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, it's just the top. There we go. So cute. Look at those little cheeks. They make me laugh. Hey, Harlan. Nice to see you here too. Now we're going to go back to YG67, and we're going to color her dress and her shoes. But we're going to give her a little bit of pleat in this dress. So I'm just going to kind of build those in right now. Just start giving it a little bit of personality here. And then up underneath her hands, there'll be some shadow there, so we're going to color that in. And then up under her chin over here, And then this little spot right here. We'll have that be darker too. Super cute. And then we're going to do her little shoes because they won't take long and we want to go ahead and do them at the same time. So we're going to keep her all in these colors. So we're really only using 3, 7, 8 colors total. 9 if you include the C0. On this whole girl tonight. That's all we're going to do. And we're going to stick with some of these colors, like for here and here, we're going to stick with these same colors. Because I want to show that you don't have to have a whole lot of colors with you. I did bring all mine though. I'm not going to lie. I did bring all my markers. And I've been coloring a lot. Except when I've been die cutting. I'm lucky that I didn't break my die cutting machine yet. It is starting to sound like it's on its last leg. My poor Gemini. I think these cutting all these things for the make and takes are just a beat down for these machines. Okay, so we're putting out a little bit of shadow in here, kind of blending this out. And then we're going to start working on this. So I'm going to kind of bring that up a little bit further. I want it to kind of fade off about waistline. So I'm just starting to build it in, keep it kind of rounded. So it looks like she has a little bit of texture and design. I'm also going to put, I think, a little bit of a waistband on her. I don't usually do that, but I am going to do that tonight. Huh? Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Oh, you just got here.
I'm house sitting for my dad for the next 4 days.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm calling out of work tomorrow, but I'll have the day off. I just need to stay the night there.
Okay. All right, I'm lining up the movies for us, so you got to be back at some point.
I will.
Good scary movies.
My dad went grocery shopping for me. He got squid, chicken breast.
Oh, yummy. All right, well, be safe. It's
Oh,
kind of rainy out there.
Yeah. Fudge looks so excited to see somebody.
I bet.
My dad said this morning he could tell he was leaving.
The dogs usually are pretty perceptive on that. So I'm using my YG13 to blend out these other 2 colors, just to kind of smooth it out a bit. But look at how good that looks on the top. Now we're going to do the same thing with the bottom. It looks a little funny right now, but just bear with me and we'll bring it all together. So I'm going to start blending these colors out. I'm going to do them one at a time, and then I'll probably go over them a second time just to get them to blend. But we also don't want to lose all of our pleats, so we have to be really cautious with it. Okay, so second go round, just to make sure. Notice I'm going in between my pleats because I don't really want to lose the pleats. I just want to darken this up and blend it out a little better. Okay, look, we forgot to do her shoes. Well, we didn't, but I did. So I'm going to come back in before I do her shoes with the YG63, and I'm just going to touch this in the belt line again one more time because I kind of washed that out. And I sort of wanted to leave that like she had a little waistline. Now I'm going to go on the shoes. We can finish up the shoes. And now back to the YG13. So we're just going to kind of touch this one more time to kind of blend out that belt line that we put there. But look how cute that is. I like that little waistline there for her. And then we're going to do her little shoes. So it's just kind of a back and forth to really get that to blend super well. And then we're all done with her. Except we forgot her neck, I think. We got to put a little bit of yellow in that neck because I don't think I did the neck. You have to, not at my regular table, not in my regular place, and I can smell my food. So forgive me if I make a little mistake. You like her? She's so adorable. Okay, let's move on. Oh, I had a fuzzy on him. Okay, let's move on to Little Tomato Man. So next we're going to color the Little Tomato Man, and I'm going to use the same green to do the little top on his head. I did. I figured out how to cast, didn't I? Sure did.
I figured that out. It's not a week of dating you.
Okay, so we're going to start putting in the dark color. This is the YG67 again. We're using the same colors. I think we're going to put all these little guys on one card. Wouldn't that be great? We might put them all on one card. This is going to be a veggie celebration going on right here. Putting some dark down here because these are kind of turned down, so I think they'd be more, you know, in the shadow. And a little bit here. Now I haven't decided yet. I don't know if I want to do the Little Tomato Man. I think I want to do his hands red and his legs red, just like his face. But I think I'm gonna do his little shoes and maybe some stripes on his outfit. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the shoes. And maybe we'll just choose a stripe like this one. And I don't know exactly, I'm just making this up as I go along, but sometimes that's the way you got to do it. Just make up whatever you want. He's so cute. I just love this tomato. He is so fun to color. All right, so now we're going to move on to YG63. And I'm going to start up here on his little tomato top. This is more of the true color because we're only going to have 3 colors in this combination. So I'm going to start filling that in. There we go. We left a little bit of white for the last color. Thanks so much, Cheryl. So, here we go. We're getting them colored in. We're getting his little shoes done. We'll leave some space for that light color on there. I like that all these little guys are going to be kind of the same colors and stuff, so they'll look really good on a card. We'll have to cut them out though, because I didn't bring the dies. YG13. So this one is the last color, and it's just going to kind of brighten this up and blend them together. So we're just going to finish up the white areas with this one. Look how cute that looks. And then we're going to do his little shirt, and I'm going to use the back and forth to get that to blend smooth. Back and forth, just a couple times. We'll bring it all together. There we go. I got a little bit of bleed on his leg right there, but it'll be okay because we're gonna make that red, and the red is darker, so you won't really be able to see it. Plus, I'll probably go with the Colorless Blender and kind of push it back in the green where it's supposed to be. Oh, I just love this. This is so cute. They're coming out really, really cute. I hope you guys are liking them and seeing how easy they are to color. So they're super cute, but you can make them the focus of your card, or you can put them in your planner, or you can put them all together and they can have a little party. They're so cute. We are going to have to bring red into these colors because we do have a beet or a radish, and we have a tomato. So we're going to need to bring in some red-ish color. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick our red colors for our tomato. I bet you guys can't guess what color, what number will be in there for sure. Those who watch me all the time will know exactly what number I'll be putting in here for sure, because you guys know me so well. Gonna start with R89. We know I always use R89. Let's move these greens up here so I can have more space for my reds. Okay, so R89, and then you guys, I don't hear anybody saying it. We're gonna do R37, R46, 46, that's my favorite one, 35, and 43. And I don't know if we'll use all of these, but for now, these are the ones that I chose for the red colors. R89, 37, 46, 35, and 43. So we're gonna start with those, roll with it, and see how it goes. So R89 is first. There we go. Gotta take them both off. I'm gonna start, I think, with his little legs first. So I'm gonna put what's closest to his body in the darkest shade. Same thing with his arms. I'm gonna do right here where that break in his hand is. And then I'm gonna do all this little area that's up underneath. And I'm going to do a little bit here and a little bit here. Oh, I was almost off the screen. I'm glad I'm not. Almost, almost. Ooh, it's cold out there, buddy.
Yeah, it is.
Same thing on this side. I'm putting the colors in the same places I did on this side as I did on the other side. He looks pretty funny right now. And I think because sometimes these reds don't blend quite as easily, I'm going to go ahead and start working with the rest, his hands and legs first, and then we'll do his face. Because I don't want this to dry too much before I'm ready to move on. So this 35 is a little bit more of a pinky color, but the 46 will bring it back to the color I like. That's why I like my 46 so much. It's my favorite red. So if you guys want to know what red to add to your collection, if you want to be like me or you like the colors I like, then you would probably like the 46. Although that's how I feel about it right now. That can always change. I sometimes change my favorites. I never change my favorite color from purple, but I do change sometimes the different colors that I like to color with. You guys hear that little puppy whining? So this one, I want this one to be a little bit more of my true color. So I'm going to have a lot more of this one on there. Because it's my favorite. Yeah, and I don't think we're going to need that R43, especially not right here. He looks like Ketchup. Doesn't he look like Ketchup? I have this really cute paper that I found in a shipment that someone sent to me for extra paper for to make the make and takes, and it was just too good to not use with these guys, so I took a little bit of that one sheet of paper. I think I'm gonna use it tonight because it's so cute. Okay, so this is R35 and this is where we're gonna finish up. We're not gonna use the 43. And this is where I'm doing the back and forth to just blend out this last color. Oh, so cute. Joy colored the fairy with a red dress. So pretty. I caught the end of it because we've been kind of in and out of the house. I had to take my car to the shop and a couple of other things. So I missed the full live, but when I came in towards the end, it was so beautiful. She did really good. She did really good. We're back to R89 and I'm doing just these shadowed areas first. I'm going to do a little bit down here where his hand is covering his face. And then a little bit up here. And then I think just to keep his nose going, I'm going to go ahead and draw that in right now with this purple. Oh my goodness. With this red so that we can really see it. I want to make sure it doesn't get washed out too much. I'm going to come back with that R11 real quick to do his mouth because I'm assuming this is his little tongue and I want it to be lighter than the rest of him. I think I'm also going to use this R89 before I put it away for his little neck area because it's really hidden up in there. Hold on, let me see what that says. Sorry, my Facebook went crazy on me when you were saying something about hers. If you asked me something I didn't hear. Oh, no, I was saying I watched her, but I only caught the end of it because I had to get my car from the shop. R37 is next. She did, I did say she did fabulously on the fairy. And I wouldn't mind coloring the fairy with you guys, but since Jamie did it and Joy did it, I didn't want to color the same thing right now. I thought we could just wait until later and then do it later as well. So I'm going to start putting a little bit up under his eyes. I know it looks funny right now, but I like him to have a little bit darker because we'll blend it out with the other colors. I'm thinking about making his shirt the gray tone colors. Yes, it will get colored again, probably a lot again because we like those fairies so much. They're so fun, but they're definitely bigger and take a little bit more time. Not that it doesn't take a while to do 3 little veggie dudes as well, but we like to scatter them out so you can see. This is my true color, so I'm going to start really coloring it in. But we like you to be able to see how each of us colors it, what our different styles are. But we also like to not do them all back to back. He looks like he's been eating some ketchup too. Made a mess on his face. Look at his face. Yes, it will get. The fairies are a lot of fun. They're all fun. You know, I love to color everything. I like to color the flowers. I just need more practice at putting them together. So I haven't done a whole lot of those, but I have been practicing. So I know you guys would be glad to know that. Just like you guys practice how to color, I have to practice too. So I do a lot of practicing on flowers. So I'm just blending all these colors together with my R35. It's giving him a really, really pretty red color on his tomato face. Look how cute he is. Oh my goodness. Yes, he's really red. He's really, really red. He's a tomato dude. I like him red. I think he's super cute, which is why I think that we should use the, so I'm going to use, go to the grays for, I don't want to put too much more red in him. So I'm going to go with the C3. And normally I don't like coloring the gray after I do red, but we're going to just, this was an after the fact decision, so we're just going to roll with it. We're going to do it. We can do it. Now I'm going to go to the C1. And then I'm going to just drag out from where I put the C3. And same thing here. And here. And here. And here. And then we're going to use our C00 to kind of blend that out really well. So it'll be that back and forth motion. You guys know I like to do that, but I don't want to do it too much close to that red because it'll really start sucking that red into the white, and I don't want that. So there we go. See, now we have like the gray from her and the green, and now we're going to move over into this guy, and we're going to stay with the same colors because we're going to put them all on the same card. We don't want to mix up the colors. Oh, we should give him, let's see what color we use on this one, and then maybe we'll make his eyes a different color so they match that one. I think his little feet look like beans. That's what I was thinking about when I drew them. Not gonna lie. Beans. Okay, we're gonna do the top part of this one with the same green colors, sticking with the same green colors, so YG67 again. And I'm gonna start doing the parts that are shadowed by the other ones. So I'm gonna start in the center because that one will make it, that one's a little bit easier for me to tell the really, really dark parts. And then this one. And then I'm gonna do in here a little bit thicker in this part where it's folded over, because it just kind of makes it look like it's moving a little. It's in movement. Hi Kim, thank you for joining us. If I missed anybody else, thank you for joining too. This area where it's folded up, that's where I'm going to give it just a little bit of to make it look like it's moving a little bit. It'll look better as we keep going. So just bear with me. This one, I definitely want some there. And then a little bit here. A little bit there. And it'll just start making it look like it's, like they're waving a little bit. Just kind of moving a little bit with the, with the movement of the, all this hair he's got going on here. Or I'm going to call it his hair anyway. You guys can call it whatever you want, but I'm assuming it's kind of his hair. I'm going to put a little bit of extra right here too, and right here. So it looks like it's, you know, folding over and has a little movement to it. YG63 is next. And now I'm going to start blending out from where that last color is. I'm going to use a little bit more of this one just because this is more of my true color, and I've only chose 3 colors in this combination, so this is the middle one. So just working on blending those colors out. And you see how when you start really working these, they start looking like they're folded over the little, see? We're going to touch them a second time because it takes a little bit more for this YG63 to blend with the YG67. It's quite a big jump from the other one, so we have to play with it just a little bit longer, but I don't mind. I don't mind. See, we're on our last guy. We're doing good tonight. See how they're starting to blend together better? Just work with them. Just work with your colors. You can get them to start really doing their thing. And the last color's really going to bring it to life, I think. I think you guys are really going to like it. Okay. So I got one little spot where I went outside the lines, but before I fix that, I want to go ahead and put the last color in there. You're back. What did you miss? Oh my gosh. How long were you gone? That depends on how long you were gone. If you were gone a while, you missed Tomato Head. If you weren't gone very long, we just started our little radish. Thank you, Vrenska. Almost the whole time, or maybe I was just a speed demon and I got it done really fast. What do you think? Is it maybe I'm fast coloring today? Okay, so we're doing a little back and forth to get these to blend out really well. Oh, my light is right there, so let me see if I can keep from blocking that. I realized once I got my setup done today that the ring light has to plug into the same cord as my phone for to make sure that the phone doesn't die while I'm live. So I had to sacrifice one light tonight, but I'll figure out how to fix that for tomorrow. You were out to dinner with a friend that just got into town. Oh, that sounds nice, though. We're not done. We're going to put these 3 guys on a card before we go. So we have a little bit of time left for the live. My food arrived while I was live, so I will be eating after my live. I'm in a different time zone right now, but I wanted to stick to the same time zone you guys are used to. So it's really earlier for me right now than it normally is when I go live. So that threw me off a little bit. But look at how cool that looks. And so different from these bright colored feet going on here. Okay, I'm going to use my Colorless Blender to push back the little spots that went out of the lines. So when you're doing that, hopefully you guys can see that. There's a little spot right here on this one. Let me lift it up so you guys can really see. Right here. See how I went outside the lines? So when you want to push it back, go beside it like this. And look, it pushes it right back in there where you want it to be. Thanks, Melanie. Have a great evening. So if you need to do a little more, you have to wait and then finish it up. And now it looks like I didn't even go outside the lines. Yay! I like it when that happens. Okay, let's see what we can do with this little radish guy. So he needs a little bit of I want to keep him red like a beet, but he needs a little bit of a deeper red than the bright red of the tomato. So because we're playing around with these same colors. What I'm gonna try tonight, I have not tried before, so I hope that it works. But we're gonna use this gray underneath the red to deepen it up. Purple red is what it usually is, but I'm trying to stick to just these colors. So we're gonna start mixing the colors together. Like normally I would use the R56 because it's a little bit more, and then I'd put in like an RV to kind of really make it a purpley red. But we're gonna try to play with making it a deeper red. First thing I want to do is I want to get some deep color in here. And then I'm going to put a little bit of it up here underneath this top on his head. So I think we really need it there. And then we're going to put just a little bit down here in the little roots. Isn't that just funny? It's supposed to be his little beard. It's so funny. Okay. And now we're going to use the C3 that we used before. And I'm just going to start putting some of that just kind of on this radish. It doesn't have to be great where you put it. I'm just putting it there so that I can blend over top of it. I just want to have a little bit of that gray in there just to deepen up the red. Okay, so now we're going to move on to R37. And we're going to do the R37 right here in his mouth to keep that dark. And then we're going to start blending this out. But since we're blending it over gray, it will tend to keep it a little bit darker red. I'm using a little bit more because I'm not going to use 4 colors. I'm not using 4 colors of red. I'm only going to use this one and one more. So you see how it's making it a deeper red. Now we're going to come in with the C1 and we're going to start filling in more of this with the C1. So I really want this to stay gray, to stay deep, not bright. So I'm using my C1, and then I'm going to use my R35 because I want my R35, I want it to be lighter. I don't need that bright R46. So now we're going to start blending this out and getting this to really start coming to life. But you'll notice how we use the same colors, but we're getting a little bit deeper color for this radish than we got for the tomato, but use the same colors. I am going to go back in a little bit more. I want to make it a little bit darker, so I'm going to come back in with my C1 one more time. I'm going to go over it. It's going to lighten it up, but we're going to go over it with this 35 one more time. So just trust me. Trust me, trust me. My C1, I'm letting it dry a little bit because I really want to I want it to dry. And then I'm going to go over it one more time with my R35. And it's really going to deepen up that color. So whenever you don't have the exact color that you want, you can always do this. Put that gray underneath and really bring it to life. Now look how much deeper red that is than the tomato. So the tomato kind of has like this really bright red to it, and this one has a muddied red look to it. It's a little bit harder to see on camera, but try it at home because you'll really see the difference. This is my R11 that we did all the tongues with. We're just going to do his little tongue with the R11. And now we have to repeat that process for his his arms and legs. I'm gonna make his arms and legs the same color as his head. I don't know why, I just feel like doing it that way. That's a great trick. It is a great trick. So we're gonna do the same thing. This part right here is part of his neck. So I'm just gonna do that in this dark red because I'm okay with that part being dark. I'll go over it with the second color, but not yet. Okay, so we're just getting in our shadow areas with this R89. We've got a little bit here. We're not going to do these like shoes. These are going to be like his little root feet. So that was R89. Now remember we went to C3 next. So we definitely have to stay with the same pattern. So now I'm going to put some of the C3 in here. He looks pretty funny right now. And then I'm going to move to that R37 to kind of start blending out with that. I am going to put a little bit of it up here just to get a smooth and a little bit brighter red. Okay, so we're working this out. We need this to be the same color as his face. We don't want him to have a different color. Hi, Joy. So now we're moving to the C1. And if you need to, you can always write down, like if you're not sure, if you're trying something new, you can always write down the combinations that you chose for that so that you can remember to do it exactly the same way on his arms and legs, and same thing with skin when you're doing skin. So Joy, you just jumped in, so I know this looks funny, and yes, I'm adding gray to it, but we're putting the gray underneath so we can stay with the same reds that we used for the tomato, but make them a little deeper. So that's what we're doing right now. This is the R35. This is where we're gonna blend this out. Kind of keeping that a deep, darker red than the bright red we had before. And if you want these to be even deeper, then you would choose a darker C. But we just went with C3 and C1, so they're not going to be real dark. But the darker you go, the darker the tone is going to get that you're going to get with your result. So I think we should introduce one more color. So these are his little jeans, but I think I'm going to make them black. Since we're already using that black, we're already using a black color with the ink, we use black. So I think I'm going to stick with the gray, the C's, because we used C3 and C whatever earlier. So we're going to stick with the C's, and we're going to do C8, 7, and 6 on the little pants down here. So starting with C9. Thank you, Joy. Thank you for posting that. These little guys are so much fun. If you guys haven't picked them up, you should go out there and check them out. They're super cute and super fun. You can put them for anything. Joy, you did fabulously on your live today. On your fairy and then on your flowers. I'm so proud of you. You're doing so great. Before long, you'll be showing us all up, man. So I'm just blending out from where I put that darkest color. Leaving his little pants open a little bit with some white spots for the last color. It's very scary. I was talking to Dale on the phone, and I said, you know, Joy said it was scary, and I actually did that with 6 instead of 7 by mistake. Dadgummit. So now we're gonna go in with 7 and fix it. I was telling Dale that you said it was a little scary doing an actual live versus a recorded. And he goes, I remember you saying that when you first started too. It took you 2 or 3 of them to get like really comfortable. And I was like, oh, I guess it's been so long I forgot. So I'm just kind of going back over where I put that 6 by mistake because I picked up the wrong marker. Eek! So now we'll go in with 6 and blend it out. So that's what happens when you're yakking, when you're supposed to be coloring and you pick the wrong marker up. But you can always fix it so you don't have to worry or be nerve-wracked about it. Just keep rolling with the flow. So I'm doing it back and forth just because I really want these to be very black with just a little tiny bit of highlight on them. So I'm just kind of going over it a couple of times and really saturating that paper. It looks like I missed, oh, it's glitter. I was like, it looks like I missed a little spot, but I keep going over it and it's fine. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take C6 and we're going to actually make his little vest gray as well. But I'm going to make it a lighter gray. I don't want it to be as dark as his pants because I want it to really stand out. So I'm going to jump now to the C3 we were using earlier. I know it's a big jump from 6 to 3, but I think we'll be all right. So I'm just going to use these 2 colors, 6 and 3. And I kind of went a little out of the line with that 6, so I'm going to fix that in a minute. Hey, Mama. Okay, now I think we should keep with the green. We need a little bit more green in there, so I'm going to make his shirt green. Oh, it's okay, Mama. So we're going to make his shirt green, and then that way he'll stay in the same color sequence we've done all of these. So let's start with YG67 again, right along the top here, and then a little bit here where his little vest is hanging over, and a little bit here. And then I'm just going to put a little bit around the bottom of his little beard. I'm telling you, I need to clean my markers before the retreat. Eek! Okay, YG63 is next. So I'm going to start really blending this out, leaving a little bit of space for that YG13 that we have chosen already. I kind of want to keep the part around his little beard, so I'm going to kind of go around his beard with this color. I call it a beard. It's really the root of the, it's really the root. But I drew it thinking it looked like a beard. That was my goal anyway. Okay. So now we're going to come in with the YG13. Oh, I love that you guys are all so nice, saying hi to everybody. Then I know you're still here. So YG13 is kind of blending that out. Oh, I just realized you guys are going to have to wait while I fussy cut these. But I'll be fast, I promise. Please don't leave me while I'm fussy cutting. Okay, there we go. Now we have 3 little veggie dudes. Oh my goodness, so stinking cute. So look, I'm going to show you guys how many markers I used, which is a little surprising because usually I have about 30 or 40 colors on my desk. That's all we used. That's all we used, and we colored 3 guys. Now, we do need to give him a little bit of color in his eyes, so I think because we didn't introduce any other color besides black and white, I'm going to use YG63. And I'm just going to put a little bit around here. I'm not going to do a whole lot with his eyes, but I think this just really makes it stand out a little bit more. Check that out. Isn't that just the cutest? It really brings it together, I think. You wish yours would look like them? Okay, so I did bring my scissors. I'm going to zoom out and we can talk a little bit. So I want to tell you guys a story. Who wants to hear a story while I'm fussy cutting? You guys want to hear a story? Thumbs up if you want to hear a story. I'll tell you a story if you want to hear it. It's a scary story. Want to hear a scary story? Okay. So here we go. We have, I'm just cutting off the excess. It makes it easier to fussy cut for me. Okay, here goes the story. You guys ready? You guys are not going to believe this. Okay, so I left for Arizona at like about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I drove all day. It takes me about 13 hours to get here. So I was going along the highway and I did really good. I came all the way up through El Paso, and then it was dark. It was about 9 o'clock at night. I still had about an hour and a half to 2 hours to go. And I was tootling along, listening to my radio, singing my songs, singing at the top of my lungs, just watching everything. And then out of nowhere, I'm not joking, this is not a joke story, this is a true story. Out of nowhere, in a split second, I realized that there was a stalled vehicle on the interstate in my lane, less than a car length from the front end of my car, and I was going 78 miles an hour. So you guys can imagine how freaking scary that was. I swerved. I slammed on the brakes. I swerved. 2 wheels came off the ground. So I compensated for that. They went back on the ground, and I was able to get around the vehicle on the edge of the road, the side of the road in the gravel, and got around the vehicle without hitting it. It had no lights on, no flashers, no nothing, stopped in the middle of the interstate. Can you believe that? So freaking scary. No joke. I definitely saw my life pass before my eyes in that moment. I've never ever had my vehicle leave the highway like that before, but it was the scariest thing I have ever been through. So someone was looking out for you. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I said that myself about the reflexes. I said, if anybody ever said I wasn't a good driver, they can eat their words at this moment, because I don't know how I managed to do that without wrecking or rolling the vehicle. So it was pretty amazing. Yes, exactly. I will tell you though, just before I left, this is the crazy part. So about a week before I left, my husband said, if you're going to start traveling again for Sweet Sentiment, you probably should get new tires on your car. And I was like, okay. And then I said, should I do it? I should do it before I go to Arizona, huh? And my husband said, yeah, I mean, that's probably a good idea. So I went the day before I left and had them check the tires, and they said only one would pass inspection. They were very low tires, so I put 4 brand new tires on my car before I left. And I think that is part of what saved me. Yeah, my heart was beating fast too, Mom, for a while. In fact, I'm going to tell you guys, honestly, I didn't really recover, like feel normal myself again, even the next day. It took me like a whole day of feeling like anxiety and freaked out and all that stuff for a whole day after it happened. Well, I'm going to tell you, Cheryl, I feel bad that I didn't, I was so distraught over the whole situation. It had freaked me out so bad that once I got around them, I just kept going, but I think I was kind of going in a daze. That whole, I can't get control of my heart rate and the fear of it all, that by the time I thought of, oh my gosh, I have an emergency kit in the back of my car with flashers and all that stuff. But by the time I thought about that, I was so far gone, I did not go back. So I've felt kind of guilty about that since it happened, feeling really bad, hoping that, I don't know, someone else stopped and that they didn't get hit, because I'm telling you, if hitting a car at 78 miles an hour that's at a dead stop is not a good thing. Is not a good thing. So I did not go back and see them. I don't know if they were okay. I did not see anyone run into them in my rearview mirror or anything like that. But I mean, no lights. Who sits in the middle of the highway with no lights on? What are you thinking? So it was very scary trip for me this time. And it's usually pretty uneventful, but this time was a little eventful. So yes, I thanked God a lot for being okay. So then I'll tell you, after it happened and I calmed down and, I was driving along and my car started making this noise, like this real high-pitched squeaky noise, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And so when I got here, my son went out and looked at my car for me and said it was coming from the fan. And so I took it into the shop, but they couldn't replicate the sound. So they said they double, triple checked everything and made sure it was all okay for driving home. Yeah, exactly, Michelle. Yeah, I thought about that after as well. No more dark driving. Not by myself, please. I don't travel by myself all that much, but yeah. And I usually prefer driving at night, but this was really scary. In fact, I've been in the car with my son a couple of times since then, just running some errands and stuff. And he's like, and I'd be like, oh my God, like thinking somebody was going to pull out in front of us or something. And he's like, I think you're still jumpy. Oh, thank you, Joseph. Yeah, I've fussy cut a ton of stuff, I can tell you that. So fussy cutting's a thing. I like to do it too. I don't mind. I can fussy cut in the car. I used to always color all my images and then take them in the car when we went on trips and fussy cut them in the car. So I got a lot of experience on the fussy cut stuff. When you've done it a bunch. But yeah, I will definitely be going home during the day. Pair up more this year. Yeah, we're working on that. We are trying to work on that pairing up a little more. Like we're driving to Pleasanton, but I'm flying to Idaho, and then we're driving together, and we're going to have Joy with us, I think. And so we're not going to be alone. We're going to have several of us there. So that'll be pretty good, because we'll have several people with us this time. So we're kind of excited about that. I like the road trips with my bestie. they're a little easier when somebody's with you. And then when we go to Florida, we've already talked about her riding with me. I should have gone with you. Oh, I know. I didn't want to ask you because you had just had all that surgery and stuff, and I didn't want you to. But yeah, believe me, when that happened, I was like, oh man, I kind of wish I'd had somebody with me. But I'm just glad it's over and everything worked out and was safe, and I made it here safe, and all is good. Car is good. Tires are still good. So at least nothing's really bad happened. But it was definitely scary. I won't lie about that. It did make me a little more cautious. So if I wasn't scared before, I'm a little more cautious now. Oh yeah, I hadn't put any posts. I guess I should let you guys know, because you guys know when I'm traveling. I guess I should let you guys know when I'm home safe, because you guys have to wait till my live happens. There we go. All done. Okay. So let me show you this paper I have. I have to get up and go around the table though, so give me a second, because I have a bunch of cords around me because I'm trying to plug everything in, and there's limited space of plugs. Text me once you got there. Her and Carl FaceTimed me yesterday. Yes, exactly. So we made sure we took care of talking to Mama. Okay. All right, I found the paper. Joy, if you're still here, you're going to see the paper and say, I know what paper that is. But I couldn't help myself. It's so perfect. So here we go. Check out this paper. This is what we're going to make our card out of. Because this paper is the coolest paper ever. Isn't this cool paper? Look at this paper. I saw this paper and I was like, this is perfect for, I'm taking this with me so I can do a card with it when I get to Arizona for all my friends. Yep. And we're going to put these cute little guys on it. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. So anyway, that was my scary story for you guys. I called Jamie and told her about it the next day, and she was like, oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. I want the card. I think we're going to have to cut the paper like this, because we want the card to go long ways, because it needs to be long ways so all these little guys fit. So we need to make sure we cut the paper right. So it's going to be, it's 4 1/4. Let's cut it a little short and we'll mat it too. So a little under 4 inches. And then it's usually 5 1/2. The paper is cool. Worried about you, Jamie, with all the shows. I was happy when you told me you were done. Yeah, you think, I was your mom. Exactly. It's nice to have my friends worry or say those prayers like, oh, I hope they make it okay. It's nice to have you guys. It makes us feel good. Okay, so usually if I do it 5 1/2, I do it at 5 1/4. So I'm going to do this one a little short too, so I can put matting behind it. I hope I cut that right. If not, I have a spare just in case. Okay. Yes, the paper is super cool. So I have all of my matting with me. Like, really, I was thinking about you guys, and I made a big old plan about what I was bringing here. A couple of different colors. So look, I have a rainbow of card bases to make sure I have the right color. I think we should do, let's pull our little guys out here. This paper is going to be so good with this. I think we need to go with green. And I don't know if we want to do like a darker green or maybe a brighter green. No, nope. You guys chime in if you see a color you like. Maybe this green or maybe we could do brown. Brown might look good. I did bring some brown, I know I did. This one, I don't know. It's from Joy. Joy had it in her stash. And I just thought it was so cool that I snagged it. I need a, like this is a vanilla. I think this brown and vanilla will look really good. Let's use those. Let's not use green. We have a lot of green in our, oh, dark green, maybe dark green. Okay, let's leave that out just in case. But I kind of think that dark green doesn't really match up with the colors we chose as much. Ooh, brown. Yeah, I think the brown, and then we can matte it with the light color. I think that would be really good. Okay, so let's cut this one down a little bit. I don't know where that paper came, not the two greens, yeah. I don't know where that paper came from, I'm telling you. I found it in a stash that Joy had given me. And then, not 5 1/4, but almost there. Let's see how I did on my guessing, because I don't have my little trimmer. I'm not sure. Let's see how I did. Oh, yeah. You'd think I've done this rodeo before. It's a little bit short on the sides. It's a little bit short, but I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be good. Okay, so I don't have a lot of embellishment stuff, but I didn't really think we needed a lot with this paper. These are so adorable. And we got to put some, oh, we know we need to have the little girl in the middle. So we don't have all the reds together. Let's do these. Okay, we have to pick a sentiment. Where is my stamp set? Over here. I think we need to, the brown is surprisingly great. I think maybe let's catch up soon. Did you say Joy did a flower live? I'd like to see that. If so, where did she do it? Oh, on her I think she did it on her Facebook page. She colored carnation, I think it was. I think she colored the carnation. And I think I'm gonna use this excess vanilla cardstock that I had to do the sentiment, and then we'll just cut the sentiment out because I think that'll make it easier. Let's see if Let's Catch Up Soon will fit. If we put this down here, yep, it'll fit. Let's do it. Let's do it, let's do it. And then of course I brought bling. You guys know I brought bling, right? You knew I wouldn't be without the, oh, look at that. Look what I just did. I forgot to take them off. Let's peel these little guys off. I'll just lay them aside. I'll clean them up later. There we go. Let's move that over. We'll use the black because it'll match his pants really well. So we did good at picking our colors. I gotta make sure that's in there just right. use my espresso, but this is a new stamp set. So I'm gonna stamp it a second time because I want that black to be really deep black. So we may have to do it a third time because I haven't stamped this one yet. Oh no, we don't. I think we're gonna be good. Second one is good. But let's do the third one just to make us feel even better. Okay, here we go. Now I know it's gonna work, so I'm gonna put my ink pad away. Yay! All right. We'll put that away later. All right, here we go. I'm gonna actually fussy cut this one. It won't take me very long. Here we go. I had ketchup today with my French fries. Oh, sorry, I heard the dogs making some noise. I thought they were eating something. All right, I need to see what they're eating. There we go. I don't know what they're eating. But I hope it's nothing of mine. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry. I was off screen. Did I get your card? Nope, I must have left before that happened. Okay, let's start gluing this down so we can get this going on here. And I did not bring my stamp for, I think I'm gonna trim this just a tad bit more. Hi, Kathy. I did not. Oh, that didn't go so well. Let's do it a little bit more. There we go. Okay. I just felt like it was a little bit long since the sides were short. Hey, Kathy. Okay, now let's just make sure we don't need to trim our paper too. That's much better. I think I like that a lot better. No, I think our paper is good though. All right. So let's go ahead. I didn't bring my stamp for the back, so I'll have to wait till I get home to do that. But I did bring glue. Although, oh, I was gonna say, I don't know where it is. We are all doing great. We're about to assemble this card. This veggie dude card. It's gonna be fun. Okay, I brought my glue with me. I tried to put a stopper in it, so it's not wanting to come out right now. All right, so I'm gonna put this on top of my white cardstock. Just kind of center that out there. Get that going. We're gonna use my espresso to rub that down. We are all doing well. Everybody seems to be doing really well. Okay, here we go. Everybody's a little bit chatty, not much, but a little bit more than normal tonight. Everybody's having fun, I hope. And then we're gonna put this. I wanna make sure my pans are right side up. We're gonna put this on top of our card. There we go. gonna flip it over and rub it with the espresso. If you don't have an espresso, you probably want to get one. They're so awesome, so easy to use. And then I'm gonna fold this over. Although you guys are gonna laugh, I did bring the insides so I can put white inside my card. I did bring those. I just didn't bring my stamp so I can stamp my cards when I get home, but I did bring the white for inside because I like to put a white card, a white sheet in there so people can write on it if they were to get the card to give away. All right, now we're gonna put our people on there. And guess what else? I also brought some pops, some sweet pops. Where am I? I am in Tucson, Arizona right now. I'm in Tucson, Arizona with my son. I did go see Chris. You guys know our sweetie, Christina Rudder. I saw her on Sunday. Her daughter had a gymnastics tournament and I went to see her. I went to see her do her thing. She did really well. It was awesome. I got to hang out with them. I think we need some popped up and some. So I think I'm going to put her flat on there and I'm going to pop up the radish and the tomato. Gymnastics show. She's her daughter's in gymnastics, so I got to see the gymnastics performance. It was really neat. I haven't been to one of those in a really long time. You know, because my kids are not little. My kids are all grown. The only little one we got is Cooper, the grandbaby. So these are my sweet pops, and the ones I brought, they're still on the roll. So I'm just going to cut along the roll so I can have some smaller pieces. I brought an extra roll I have instead of bringing the ones I normally use. So I'm just going to put some of these on the back of this. And I did run out of paper working on the make and take, so my son has had to take me to Hobby Lobby and Michael's several times since I've been here already. I think that one, that'll work. And then we need some on this one. I can't believe I'm gonna get home and then I'm gonna have like 2 or 3 days and then I'm gonna have to turn around and get on the airplane to Idaho, so it's gonna be some crazy travel for me. But I really wanted to come out here and see my son before I started traveling. All the big traveling. So I'm going to cut some small pieces because I want some for his little feet. I don't want to leave his little feet not, I want his feet to stick up. Where'd that other one go? Here it is. There we go. And I need one, I'll use this last one that I had left over on this little hand. And I think that will work. Although I get kind of finicky about these once I start cutting them up, and I think I need a little piece over here on the sides because when I flipped him over, it kind of sunk down in a little bit, so I'm gonna cut an extra little piece for this side and an extra little piece for this side. I'm gonna use my tweezers because I can't seem to keep those slippery little suckers in my hands. And I'm going to pop him up. And then they're going to look like they're not standing, like one standing in front of the other. I think. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. We're going to put this one on here. And we're, of course, going to put some bling. We've almost got... I brought some bling with me, of course. And now I just have to take these off. So anyway, the gymnastics show was in Phoenix, so that's about 2 hours from here. So I drove up there and back on Sunday. I left before it got dark, so I wouldn't be driving home too much in the dark. Which show are you... Hey, Joseph, which show do you guys make it to? I always get confused. I think it's a California show that you guys come to, but I wasn't sure if it was Pleasanton. Or we go to 3 California shows. So I never can remember which one everyone is at. Here's our little guy right here. This is cute. I like them with all of them on there. If they were really big images, you wouldn't be able to put them all on there at the same time. So I had to randomly pick what colors of stuff I wanted to bring. I kind of like the gold with that. I kind of like the gold. Or this one. This one might be a really good one. That's not gonna match. That's not gonna match. I mean, black would go with it. Most of these were not really keen on this color. I didn't really bring the right. So we could use the clear, or we could use. All right, I've narrowed it down. Pleasanton and Sacramento. Oh, yay! Okay, yeah. I was thinking it was gonna be soon that we were gonna get to see you. I think I kind of like this color. It's like a rust color, but it kind of matches the paper. Or we could do the red, or we could do the gold. Tell Kyle to get your supper warmed up for you so you can eat as soon as you're done. Yep, it's right there. I can see it. I think I'm going to go with the gold. Unless you guys say something else. But yep, we're really super excited too. And then right after we see you in Pleasanton, then we'll see you at the retreat. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to use some gold ones. And I'm just going to kind of put them around wherever, I don't know where I want them to be. But just kind of everywhere. I think I'm going to put this little bitty one. Can you guys see me? You can't even see me. Okay, so I'm going to put this one up there. And I'm going to put this one kind of over here. If I can get it to stay. I'm going to put one up here. Maybe a medium one up there. Rust color. I went with the gold. I kind of want to just put them all over. I kind of want them to be a little bit all over. Sort of like, I don't know, like they're popping spices all around. So I have 3, 4, 5. So we'll do 2 more. Maybe we'll do one up here. And then one more little one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. There you go. It's a very late supper. Oh, if it's 12:20 there, it's probably 11:20 here. Probably took a little longer than live than I thought it was, but I can't see the clock or the time or the whatever, so I don't really know what time it is here. Oh no, I don't know what time it is here, but we had a late lunch, so we're good. I hope you guys like this. Hello from Arizona. Let's catch up soon. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I hope you guys like the new release. Check it out if you haven't. Here's the other radish that I colored, so I made him look a little more like a radish. But yeah, so that was super fun. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for hanging out. And isn't this paper just amazing? Thank you, Joy, for the paper. I'm glad you guys like it. So know that you can do 1, 2, 3, however many images you want. So yeah, I will eat before I come on tomorrow. Like I said, we had planned it for me doing a 9:30 live until I realized 9:30 my time means 8:30 this time, so I'm a little behind. But anyway, I'm gonna run, grab me something to eat. I hope you guys like this. These veggies made me hungry. It was great seeing you guys, and I will talk to y'all soon tomorrow night. 9:30 Central. Good night.